little slower. I got corn on top of both my feet, but just like wine,
all the time.
Champagne, my name, caviar from afar, candy, brandy, marshmallow, jello, sugar time, all the time. Slower now, a little bit slower now. You know I can't go too fast because I want it to last. Yes, indeed.
All the time, carry on. What's my name?
Woman a scheme. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man lie, woman lie.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man like juice, woman like juice. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
You say you don't trust me. I say, baby, why? Say when we go out, I can't control my eyes.
When we reach the party, you just disappear. All your boys cover for you, can't find you nowhere.
Some man look around. Look around, two man is scheme on woman. Scheme on man, two man is make up the truth. Got their own truth, man is come home late. Come home late too.
Man bad, woman bad.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man scheme, woman scheme. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man lie, woman lie.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man juice, woman juice. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Boy, you think I stupid? More fish in the sea. I look too good to stand up here and let you fool me.
I know how you just do when you want talk to man. You don't do it by yourself, your girls is lend a hand.
Me and my girls just look, but you want touch too. I may scheme a little bit, but I won't leave you. I make up the truth. Boy, you don't know the truth. I may come home late. You's come home late too.
Man bad, woman bad.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man a scheme, woman a scheme. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man lie, woman lie.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man like juice, woman like juice. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
I will admit, woman smart, y'all got it down pat.
I admit nothing, even if I get catch.
But if a woman bad, that's why son and a bad man.
Whatever, you'll be back. That's why you name man. I leaving right now.
Come on then, pack up. Pack me stuff.
Don't tell me what to do, yeah?
That ain't yours. That ain't yours. No, that's staying here. I don't care.
You stay right there, you better.
I don't care.
Come from around me.
With who money? Yeah, but you with who
It's
money?
the money what I give
That's
you.
what my, look, yeah, he didn't call here, and I know he calling your
You
phone
stay
now.
out of my business.
So you
get
go
kicked
where he
last
calling
week
you
and now
from.
you mad with me?
Because that's where you need to go. Go.
I get out. Tell me what to do.
Come back.
Come out my way. I coming back in you when I feel like it. Man bad, woman bad. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man scheme, woman scheme.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man does lie, woman does lie. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man juice, woman juice.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Oh man, you're bad. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man scheme and woman scheme.
6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man lie and woman lie.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Woman scheme. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man is teeth and woman teeth.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man juice, woman juice. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Man like a fun, woman have fun too.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man is sneak, woman is sneak. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
What you do is what I do.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Man is teeth, woman is teeth. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
You ain't no better than me.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. Oh, 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
Go on, girl. Go ahead, girl.
6 and a half dozen, same thing. 6 and a half dozen, same thing.
not saying I'm a righteous man, but Lord, I hope you understand. Lord, I hope this day is good. Lord, I hope you understand. Lord, I hope this day is good.
This song is dedicated to all you know who was in love but who hate to remember.
Straighten up and fly right. If you don't want me and you to fight, straighten up and fly right. Oh, I am getting out of here tonight.
Yeah, you take me from my mother's home. I was young and innocent, sweet as a plum, sweet as a plum. But look what you gon' do to me, make me lose my sanity. Oh, you no good bum, you dirty no good bum. You better straighten up
And fly right. If you don't want me and you to fight, straighten up and fly right. Oh, I am getting out of here tonight.
You say you got plenty money and you did want spend it for the love of me, for the love of me. It turns out you's a cheapskate and the bills they must wait on my salary, my measly salary. You better straighten up
And fly right. If you don't want me and you to fight, straighten up and fly right. Oh, I am getting out of here tonight.
and you buy one with your lobby and you say it gotta do for the two a week, for the two a week. But you go about your business and you leave me stranded to catch the jitney or use my tired feet. You better straighten up
And fly right. If you don't want me and you to fight, straighten up and fly right. Oh, I am getting out of here tonight.
When we did get married, we gon' tell the preacher, till death do us part, till death do us part. Go see the undertaker, I'll go see the lawyer. Let's compare the cost, coffin or divorce. You better straighten up
And fly right. If you don't want me and you to fight, straighten up
Honey, where you going?
and fly
Just
right.
come home. Are you going out already? I see you didn't take me to the food store, you know.
You better straighten
What you mean I ain't take you to the food store and I didn't give you the $10?
if you
But you
don't
said $10 could buy anything. The last time you took me to the food store.
Woman, that's $10 you want on that. You crazy? You crazy? I've been working all week. I come home, I give you $10. I throw on a couple of pieces of clothes. I go out. Now you talking about I ain't carry the food. So you
I
must be
know where
crazy.
you're going. You got all that water.
Woman, I gone.
Come back here, boy.
Now look here, stop pulling on my clothes. Stop pulling on my clothes, I say. I say stop pulling on my clothes. You can afford to go tell your mom and pop, come on, I'll beat them up too. You think I joking?
paper and can. And every scrap of food we eat, we does import it from another land. But prices have gone up so high, we leaders doing everything they can. Yeah, Nassau's become such a funky town since Ting and Ting been going round. When Nassau used to be nothing but a one-horse town, bicycle and walking was the only way to get around. Now we streets congested with buses, big cars and trucks. And if you in a hurry to get somewhere, let me tell you, man, you out of luck. But crime and violence out of hand, policemen doing everything they can. Yeah, Nassau's become such a funky town since Ting and Ting been going round. Our islands used to have thriving little settlements. Everybody was content. They had to worry about paying no rent. Now they all flock to Nassau, living like Saudis in can. And their homesteads batten up, and their settlements dying down. But fresh water in Nassau scarce, their water barges better not break down. Yeah, Nassau's become such a funky town since Ting and Ting been going round. Cause before time Picky Head was Picky Head, now they got extensions. Before time gals dressed with modesty, now they shouting run come see. Our young men used to be the finest dressed in any land, with clean suits and clean shoes, and them greasy crimps brushed right down. Now they look like a rasta, with dreadlocks and flat up hair, and their clothes always rumpled up like they just crawled out of bed. We young gals ain't much different, some getting bored just like mine. Yeah, Nassau's become such a funky town since Ting and Ting been going round. Raken's Creek used to be the music of Bahama land, when King Eric, Ronnie, Butler and Blind play merengue, man, you can't sit down. Now we young groups gone crazy, jamming reggae, rap and rock, and their music does be so loud you can't hear it for about 10 blocks. And these spike-up-douchers dance they got, you don't see your partner till you both sit down. Yeah, Nassau's become such a funky town since Ting and Ting been going round. Cause before time Picky Head was Picky Head, now they got extensions. Before time gals dressed with modesty, now they shouting run come see. Man,
I have a dream where the powerful and the powerless will sit at the same table, where the haves will see the have-nots, not as burdens, but as brothers, where class will not divide us, but conviction will unite us. I have a dream that the oligarchs will remember we must all eat, that the brown-faced neo-colonialists will remember who they are and whose they are. I have a dream that fraternities will build beyond internal architecture into a national bond, that the walls of design will give way to the bridges of brotherhood, not a fraternity of symbol, but a brotherhood of substance. I have a dream that we remain focused, that we stay in our conviction and remain fearless, that we double down, fortified, to return this Bahama land to the foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Foundation with Howard Grant. Grateful to be in your company. Grateful to jam with you on this beautiful Monday afternoon, wherever you are out there listening in. I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to be a part of what we're doing. We are super excited to be able to introduce to you a few things that's going on. We told you about it. Told you about the realigner. You can be able to identify that in strategic locations today and be able to purchase that right now. If you are in certain areas, you can be able to do that. And make sure, I just want you to see this properly. Let me see if I can fix this here. Oh, Lord. I know he can kill me. Tell me I touched too much things. Anyway, so I want you guys to be able to be a part of what we're doing and identify how some things could get done. If he has everything queued up, can you show me that graphic so persons could be able to see where they purchase it, please? All right, here we go. So the Realigner newspaper is going to be sold. You can get your copy in Grand Bahama. If you're in Grand Bahama right now, you can be able to get your copy at Bellevue Gift and Supplies. This is in Freeport, Grand Bahama. At Municipal Motors and Service Station, this is in Freeport, Grand Bahama. It's Solomon's Lucaya. Put an asterisk right there because Solomon said that they're going to have to do one or two things right there before they can be able to carry that. So you can be able to get it at Municipal. It's right around the corner. And Prescription Parlor Pharmacy in 8 Mile Rock, you can be able to purchase that right now there. You can go down to Garden of Eden. It's available at Garden. And a lot of my clients have indicated to me that they want to be able to give the paper out. They say, Howard, I'll buy $20 from you a month. This is what Ephraim has said to me. So, Howard, I'll buy $20 worth of papers or $50 worth of papers from you a month and just give it out to guests and clients that's actually coming in. So that was a consideration that we took in terms of how we intend to be able to market the paper and get it out there. But we got to shore up ourselves with how things are done. And in terms of shoring up ourselves, we got to make sure that at least we have at least enough marketing to cover the cost of printing and import and distribution. All right. So once we can do that, we'll be able to find ourselves in the better position. Roker's Gas Station right there on Fire Trail Road in Milo Butler. Fire Trail in Milo Butler. You can be able to pick it up right now. At Parky's Rubis Service Station. At Parky's Rubis Service Station. That's on East Street South. You can be able to get that. And also at Esso and East Street and Soldier Road. Esso at East Street and Soldier Road. Esso at Village Road and Soldier Road. Shell Gas Station on Prince Charles. Right down there. You can be able to get that. And Kenneth, if you know Kenneth right there in Prospect Ridge, he has the papers. And also Burton, he's the paper guy out there on Shirley Street and Blue Hill Road. He has the papers. Also, Zuma, you can be able to pick up the papers at Smitty's Grocery and Convenience Store, and that's in Harpers Bay. And you can also 8Tel8 Food Mart, which is in Farmers Hill. You can be able to pick up the paper there. And Tranny's... you could be able to get that from Beauty Salon Supplies. This is in Georgetown. Exuma. I want to thank you guys. If you're out there and you want to be able to bring back, if you're out there and you want to be able to sell the paper, distribute the paper, make sure you can be able to do that. And just give me a call. 827-0111 Howard. I want to sell your paper. Listen, we want to do this, man. We want to do this, and we need your support. There's no two ways about this. We can't do this by ourselves. We don't have the mechanisms and the finances, the mechanisms and the money to do this by ourselves. We need your support. And we need your support for just kind of wean off your establishment in the position of your establishment for right now. Not that we can kind of smooch off of you forever, but for right now, we want an opportunity to be able to display the papers. We have had significant conversation, my partners and I, we've had significant conversation about the possibility of being able to ensure that those papers are sold or given away as opposed to being sold. I know it's sort of a difficult thing sometimes to be able to have people buy into a concept that we have, right? It may be difficult sometimes. Brand new something. Who y'all people is? I don't know y'all. And, you know, you got to be able to kind of warm up to people, right? You got to grow on some people. And that sometimes takes consistency. That sometimes takes this sort of an idea that they can see dedication in you before they actually purchase and buy into your stuff. So I'm hoping that we have the kind of partnerships, because we're looking for that. We're looking for those relationships. Those partnership that says, okay, Howard, we can try out 6 months. All right. You can check it out right there on the side here. You see it on the side here, right? You can check it out, right? So right there, the realigner, right? Sold here, Grand Bahama, New Providence, Exuma. We try to be able to get a couple of calls and get some people to purchase it in Abaco. So hopefully by the end of the week, we can be able to have that in Abaco. And so the paper will come out the 15th of every month, right? October, November, and depending on the relationships that we have and the kind of buy-in that we have, we may go. We're looking and we're hoping and wishing and hoping and waiting. This is our fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. We're hoping to go 2 editions for the month of December. We're hoping that you call us and tell us, we selling toys, Howard. We want you to sell these toys, fix these toys for me, put the graphics together, put it in your newspaper. I want the people here and in the family islands to know we selling toys. We selling clothes, we selling shoes, we selling toys, we selling food, whatever you selling. Well, let's be decent because everybody decent. So whatever decent you're selling. Let's be decent, right? I joke with you. All right, so let's put it together like that and make sure everybody can be a part of it and make some things happen. I'm grateful that you guys are here and guys jamming with us as we continue to be able to talk. This week I have a schedule coming in with me. Mikhail Barnaby, he's supposed to be coming in this week. Zane Lightborn, he's supposed to be coming in this week. And Lisa Ramming, I'm waiting for her to give me a confirmation. She said she's supposed to come with last week. She couldn't make it. So she should be kind of setting up to come this week. And if she does so, we can be able to accommodate her accordingly and make sure that everything is good in that kind of a space. So we got 3 big boys coming. When I say big boys, I mean the official status persons in their various capacities. 2 ministers of state and 1 executive chairman and member of parliament, all member of parliament, being able to come in with us and have good conversations with us about these things. I'm very interested in talking to Mikhail Barnaby about this kind of a concept of why a target, he believes a target is on his back, and sort of the position he's taken, ensuring that and being transparent about the overrun. I think it was like a $7 million overrun in the beaches and park, right? Yeah, I think that's kind of a conversation I want to have with him to find out where he is, where he's done this, and how he can be able to make those things happen in terms of ensuring that we can get the bang for our buck, and to know that there isn't any spillage. And this kind of, sometimes people just run rumshot. They just do their own thing with the government's finances. And we're hoping that that's not happening here. We don't believe that that's what's happening here. But we'd love to be able to talk with him. And if you leave it up to anyone else, they'll amplify it as though you teeth-in every Jesus thing. And which is an imbalance for me socially. I believe it's an imbalance. And that imbalance is that you should pay this much attention to everything. Yeah. You should pay this much attention to stories that really matter in spaces that it counts. Not that this doesn't count, this definitely counts. But in other areas where in mum's the word, you do a little digging, just a little scratch on the surface, and you recognize that there are affiliations and relationships that you wouldn't dare cross that line. It's almost like that line, that yellow line written on the ground. You know, stepping into this is a whole different territory when you're in the customs hall in the international airport. You know, stepping over this line is an entirely different jurisdiction. And I believe that certain stories, when you scratch the surface and you realize the affiliations, sometimes your job could be at stake. Yeah. You know, it's apparent. It's apparent. That's one of the issues, right? And it's unfortunately. So we can just say allegedly, because this is based upon our perception, our position, and what we've identified could be possibilities. Not assured position, not a guaranteed concept and idea to say that this is what it is, but based upon what you show on us and what you deliver to us, this may be that. So let's just be decent as we continue to be able to go forward and talk about these things. There's a lot of things happened last week. My heart broke just a bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, not just a bit, a lot, because I am a father of 4, and I love my children. Oh God, I love my children. I love my children. I wish I could tell you a story that we have time one of these days about my last baby girl who was growing significantly in the womb, and something happened. Something happened, man. We just felt like something was off, and we had to rush to get an early delivery because one more day she'd have been gone. Yeah, and these things happen because childbirth is not an easy thing. I think if you're a father, if you're a husband, and you're not necessarily involved, and you don't necessarily know, like, you know, some fellas, I never been in that room, man. No, man, I had my woman tear open like that. I'm in the room with every one of my children. Yeah, this is my woman. I can be in there. I cut in the umbilical cord. I ain't looking now. Yeah, not in my sacred place. Jesus. I'm not out here peeking at it. What the hell? No, I'm not. I'm not peeking at it. But I am in the position where I'm praying with my wife. I'm holding a hand, and we're going through. I here with you. All right? For all my kids. And when my baby girl was born, man, listen to me. I just pray so much. I say, oh God, I give you praise for my baby. Lord, whatever I do, please, don't let it fall on my baby. Don't, whatever it is, give her health and strength. Let her be able to, I pray. Boy, I give her 1,000,000 kisses. The doctor come and say, boy, Howard, you must pray. She ain't tell me nothing but happened yet, This is my doctor, the pediatrician, my baby's doctor, right? Dr. Yashika with Cecilin Pediatrics, right? Dr. Yashika, that's a plug, amen? Be decent. So, so I'm here, right? And now I pray in it. My baby girl come, and she was a little bit smaller than we expected because she was growing good. But obviously something happened. The doctor told us that the umbilical cord was around the neck, and the entire time she was fighting. She was fighting for her life. And so, man, every time I get a chance, I just give her extra kisses. I love her. Oh, and she, listen, Biggity, oh, Jesus. She telling me what to do. I say, baby, who's the daddy? You're the daddy. I say, okay. You don't think daddy should tell you what to do? You can't rush daddy and tell daddy what to do. No, but daddy, you have to hurry up. Oh, I'm sorry, right? And now to hear this story about the young child, because it flew all around the country. Let's read the story. Read a little piece of the story. This is in the Tribune, guys. If you want to be able to check that out, you can do that. Child dies. Mother sick. Child dies after Freeport Playground swing set collapses on top of him. That hurt my heart so much to hear that story. You have no idea. Let's read the story. It says a child who died when a swing set collapsed in Freeport Playground had to be taken to the hospital in his mother's car because of the delay in an ambulance arriving. Doctors at the Ryan Memorial Hospital tried to resuscitate the 6-year-old Vernal Zion Williams. Vernal Zion Williams. But were absolutely unsuccessful. What a sick. So the doctor said that the heart had stopped and they were trying to get it back, but they couldn't. So yeah, he just gone. This is what the mother says. And this Cardia Williams. Yeah, he just gone. Oh man, these are hard stories to take, because it ain't like the little children were looking for issues, and that's one of the things, man. Little children didn't go looking for this. They didn't ask for this, and you wanted to be as safe as possible as a parent, ensuring that you're keeping your babies taken care of. Miss Williams, Mrs. Williams, MRS, she's married. Let's be very clear about this. Mrs. Williams discovered the tragedy when she arrived at Caring Hands Academy with her son's lunch. The secretary came running, saying that the ambulance was all the way in 8 Mile Rock. And Mrs. Williams, one ambulance? One ambulance? In Grand Bahama? 98 miles long? One ambulance? Population of at least 40,000 people? One ambulance? You got to be kidding with this. So the secretary came running and saying that the ambulance was in 8 Mile Rock. And this is what she said to Ms. Williams. We had to take him in my car. This is what she said. She says, I was too shocked. The teacher was driving and the administrator held him on his side of her arms in the back seat. And she criticized the lack of emergency response. She said, we're supposed to be the second city. This is a hard thing. This is a hard thing to scrutinize the public service and scrutinize, especially in the midst of trial and tribulation. It's hard, man. In the midst of trial and tribulation, when we're going through, especially if we just come out of a situation where you feel like you're sleeping, feel like this is a horrible dream and you can't wait to wake up. And when you go through these trials and tribulations, you find yourself sleeping more, hoping that one day you pop up and everything is back to normal. And so in the midst of these particular things, when she is unsure about what just happened, why my child, all these things happening, Lord, why to me? And while she's trying to figure these particular things out, simultaneously, she has to take on a position of being able to scrutinize a service that we're supposed to be getting, was supposed to be readily available for us in the community. One ambulance, an island that's 98 miles long. Not 8 Mile Rock, 30 miles away. One ambulance. That's crazy. Almost 40 miles away, depending on where they are in Freeport, right? They said we couldn't get an ambulance out there. And she said that something ain't right about that, especially with a situation like that. First responders may have known how to better handle him. This is a good point that she made. Yeah. Because maybe you shouldn't have moved the baby. Maybe you should have been able to resuscitate him in this particular space. I don't know where Caring Hands is. We can read the story and find out whether or not it's close. But if it's in the center of Freeport, I think it's on Coral Road. I'm not sure. Right? If it's in the center of Freeport, the hospital right around the corner. The hospital right around the corner. They're supposed to be able to pop in and get right over there and deal with this thing accordingly. The hospital right around the corner. My God. Every time I even closed my eyes when I heard this story the other day, I couldn't imagine something like that happening to my baby. And I said, none of us know what tomorrow holds. None of us know what we're walking into. None of us would wake up and understand that this is what the day holds for us. None of us know. The only thing that we do is walk in faith. And for those of us who do this, We cover ourselves in prayer, and we cover ourselves with a preparation in our faith to move out and be guided according to God's will for our lives. Lord, let your will be done, let your kingdom come. None of us know. For those of us who pray, we pray over our children because the truth is we don't have the arms, the reach, the omnipresence to be here, there, and everywhere. There's no multiplicity. We don't exist in a space where there's more of us. We can't hover over our children all day. And the only thing that we have is our faith to believe in our God to watch over our kids. So if you anoint your children, you anoint them, you pray for them, you ask God to watch over them. Keep them there, Father. Let your will be done. Let your kingdom come. And you hope that everything is well. As parents, many of us get calls in the middle of the day, and you see if school, let's say school out early, right? The phone ring off, it's the school. The baby's school, and your heart then drop. You say, oh, Jesus. What happened? What happened? You say, oh, Lord, what happened? Hey, Mr. Grant, how you doing? Good afternoon. The water's off today, and so we don't want the kids to be, oh, okay, no problem, I come right now. So, oh, no problem, I come right now. You bringing lunch for your baby. You packing lunch for your baby. I know something was churning in this woman's spirit all day. I know for the maternal bond that exists between child and mother. I know you knew that something was off, but you didn't know how to put your finger on it. You didn't know what it was. That's why I need prayers, That's when you hear these old stories and stuff. I had a praying grandmother. And you hear those things? That has to do with the fact that something's off. There doesn't feel like there's balance in this space. And as a result of that, all you could do is pray. I used to do this. I had my Cadillac. I was in a fast. This was in 2005, 2006. Anywhere between 5 and 7. Anywhere in that kind of an area, right? I was in a fast. And every time I jump in my Cadillac to go somewhere, doves, the little pigeons, fly towards my windshield. And I say, this is peculiar. It happened once or twice, but why? Every time I jump in my car and I'm moving, so I went and I did some research on the doves, on the pigeons. And I realized that the dove, this is just how I just do my thing. Don't fight me because maybe you don't do this, but this is what I've done. I realized that the doves were the sacrifice that poor people actually carried to the Levites. The doves, the pigeons, the birds, right? You couldn't afford an oxen. You couldn't afford a goat or a sheep or whatever. So your sacrifice for the penance or for your sins to be quashed, to be washed clean, you would take this to the Levites and they would pray on your behalf. Okay? And so I recognize that the dove simultaneously with the representation of the Holy Spirit, watch me. This is how I did my researches. I realized that the dove was a representation of me being able to acknowledge supremacy, to acknowledge God when I see it. So every time the dove fly in my car, it happens now. It happens today. Today, still now today. Because I made a covenant, I made a commitment to God. I said, God, anytime I see these doves, I can pray. No matter if you're driving with me in my car and a pigeon come across my window like this. No matter what we're talking about, I stop talking to you and I start praying. You might think I'm crazy. You don't know what I'm doing, right? But I've made this commitment to God that every time I see this, I can pray. Now, you might not even hear me, but I'm doing what I have to do. There are some things that we can't necessarily see in this life. There's some things that are happening in the unknown. in a realm that we cannot see. But God has created us in such a way that we have this connection, these feelings. Maybe people to say, my spirit just don't take something off. My spirit just don't agree. And in the midst of that, we find ourselves in this position trying to figure out what's happening. Well, everything we can't change, I just throw it up in prayer. That's it. I can't deal with it. Throw it up in prayer. Leave it alone. Throw it up in prayer. Leave it alone. Bam. And so we find ourselves in this position. I know if we have a conversation with Mrs. Williams, I know she could say something was off, even when she was fixing the lunch for the baby. When she was driving there, something off. Something off. She don't know what it is. And when she got there, because she was rather calm. I don't know whether or not she was belligerent. I don't know whether or not she was acting crazy or whatever the case may be. Her baby just died, man. But her posture was seen and being able to talk about these things. And she goes about it and she starts to evaluate. She says, these things need to be better handled. She said, something like that, a situation like that, first responders may have known how to better handle him. That's calm. That is a balanced concept. That is clarity and sobriety. That's calm. And she was able to put that on the table. She says, Ms. Williams also said that the swing set should have been inspected regularly and secured properly, adding that the tragedy might have been avoided with proper safety check. When the hell y'all get to talk to Ms. Williams, who's now a public inspector since post? She's going through everything and she's still saying, which is absolutely correct. She's still indicating that these things should be done properly. When Mikhail Barnaby come on, I'm going to be able to talk to him about that and talk to him about this story that the Guardian has put out there to talk about some of these rickety things that's happening in these particular spaces, rotten wood, nails showing and exposed and so forth and so on. Let's talk about that. And you know what? I'm so sad in this country that we always have to find ourselves in the position where in the natural inclination, we react to stories and we're never in a position of proactivity. We operate as though, it can be all right, man. Yeah, that's good. You throw your car on a jack, you put no seat, man, this can be all right. Then, bop, the thing fall on you, crush your head open. And now we all sitting out here talking about the caution that needs to be taken. No, you should have done this internally. You should have known what to be able to do in your own space. And that's not happening in this country. From every aspect, we find ourselves in the position where we're reactive as opposed to being proactive and understanding that you cannot, listen to me. My producer right now, he didn't want me to tell this story, but I can tell this story. My producer right now, he's getting a little excited, right? He, I don't know, you must have hit a midlife crisis. He going through a hell. I did the same thing. I had this little crisis with gardening. So I was buying all kind of flowers and tulips and daisies and this and that and another thing. And my sister-in-law told my wife, yeah, he getting an age, he got a midlife crisis. Oh, she said, I can't like the damn flowers. I can't like flowers. I got to go through a whole crisis to one plant something. Anyway, so she says, yeah, they might be getting from a midlife crisis, right? She told my wife. So my producer is going through a midlife crisis, if I could project that upon him also. And he's gone bonkers with building. Now, when I met him years ago, he was in this ain't what he was doing, right? But now as we mature and develop and recognize and we look at the price of something, we say, well, I can do that. Right. And so he's done this. He's built so many things. He built this table that you see here, a beautiful table. He built some benches and all the equipment that you see in here standing up if you come in, standing up, all the DJ booths and everything that he has in here. He built it. And so I came the other day. He said, come here, I'm going to show you something. Opens the back door. And he have a swing out there. He made a swing. He purchased the actual stuff for the swing. All the 4x4. And there is sort of grooves that you just could push the 4x4 in. It's made in a specific way that you could have the proper angle. 45 degrees and whatnot, right? It's made. He purchased those brackets. And he made a swing for his daughter. He made a swing for his daughter. This thing could hold me up. And then he shows me, he said, no, children just go crazy. And he pulls out some anchors. He said, no, I got to put these anchors down that when they swing it, it doesn't fall. This is, as a hobby, there is caution being made and caution taken. And so, to Caring Hands in Grand Bahama, there should have been more caution taken. Because many times we put ourselves in the position, oh, that'll never be me. But you don't prepare yourself. You have not prepared yourself. To Mrs. Williams, to your husband, Mr. Williams, right? To the family that continues to be able to mourn over this death, to Caring Hands in Grand Bahama, to the hearts and the minds of those persons throughout the country who recognize that this could have been any of us, any of our children, to the tears that were shedded when we heard this story, to the belief that we're hoping that it wasn't true, for it to be true now, for us to be able to understand this. We continue to pray for all of you. We really do, man. Because I don't know Zion, but I know my baby girl, Helena, who loved to play on the little swing and thing like that. She loved the slide, and I love my baby girl. And so I pray that we have more caution and take more care with the lives that are entrusted to us for the future of this country. We have a responsibility to do more. And so I don't expect like a public apology from Caring Hands, but I know that their hearts are broken and they're trying to figure out a way that they can be able to somehow alleviate the burden of loss of this bereaving family that they're going through. I pray for all of you, man. I'm very, very, very sorry to hear that. I promise you. And I think any parent in this country shares those sentiments. I am very, very sorry to hear that. Let me take this first commercial break, guys. Going to be right back after this.
Yeah, you can say what you like now. Yeah, I don't care what you say. I still got to go my way. That's right. If you see me walking down the road with my head up high, I'm so proud of myself, everybody wonder why. Some of them don't give me just a little time of the day, so that I can go my way. My they need to pray so you can say what you like. Yeah, do what you like. Come on, still got you going my way.
accident. 80% of the children you see just weren't supposed to be. This world of ours ain't getting no bigger, it's getting smaller every day. I believe there is one solution, that's to listen to what the Bible say. It say if you plant it, it will grow, and you will reap what you sow. Now if you don't want to ruin your life, remember sex was made for husband and wife. This plague called AIDS running wild in we country, still people won't behave. They insist on doing their own thing, straight to an early grave. They abandon family values and throw off all restraints. And by their promiscuous conduct, Sodom and Gomorrah look like saints. The Bible say if you plant it, it will grow, and you will reap what you sow. Now if you don't want to ruin your life, remember sex was made for husband and wife. There was a time when unwed mothers would hang their heads in shame. All the same, every unwed father must also share the blame. But we live by double standards in rank hypocrisy. We conceive that the pill and the condom can cover over everything. The Bible says if you plant it, it will grow, and you will reap what you sow. Now if you don't want to ruin your life, remember sex was made for husband and wife. If you sow fornication by fruitery, if you sow adultery by fruitery, say no to homosexuality, say no to all immorality, spare yourself heartache and pain. Cause if you sow the wind, you reap a hurricane.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The Foundation with Howard Grant right here, being able to jam with you on this beautiful day. A lot of persons are calling me. The papers are available. You can go and check these particular spaces out. A couple persons said that, well, somebody just called me and said, Howard, that's the Roker. I didn't get it. Well, let me call Mr. Roker right now because they get it. I delivered it to them personally. So they have all the papers right there, and it should be on display out in the front. I gave them the decal. I gave them all the information. So definitely we're going to be able to get that thing done and taken care of. I just spoke with Mr. Roker, and he made these signs for me. So, so let's just be very clear about these things, right? So we'll go check it out, though. It's a wonderful thing, man. I'm always grateful to be here. Now, the paper in the thickest of papers. I know that you're used to and accustomed to a weighty paper, but that is from marketing, that's from advertisements, that is from years and years of relationships that exist in the country. That is from a sense of consistency and daily coming out. This is a brand new paper. And so we're looking to be able to forge relationships and to be able to do that so we can have that longevity and sustainability that the other papers have enjoyed. But we need your support in that area. We need your support. We need your assistance to get in that area to make these things happen. All right. So I want you guys to be able to join us and help us out to be able to make some things happen as we continue to be able to push forward to really change the concept and the culture of this lackadaisical approach, believing that we should be spoon-fed everything. I ain't got the time for it. So let's talk about some stuff, guys. Fears over the infections raised for dialysis patients in Princess Margaret Hospital. Most recently, I would have had an opportunity to be able to talk to Dimitri, And I still waiting on him. Still waiting on Dimitri. Whenever he's ready. I'm not going to fight him. This is something new for him. Something brand new. He started to talk to me about the cost associated with it, the introduction of these particular things, the fear that he had, the feel of how this kind of the catheter feels in his body, and how these retainers and whatnot, they're just a foreign element in his body. He didn't know exactly was what. He's going through doctors. He's going through this. He's going through that. And he wants to be in a position where he's strong. So he just started telling me stories about it. He just started telling me stories about the hygiene that exists in those particular environments in the back there. What is the expectation from the reality and how these things are happening. He was talking, and we wanted to talk further about that and be able to identify some of the issues that sort of low-hanging fruit that you could deal with. And nothing. Listen to the story. Dialysis patients at the Princess Margaret Hospital, PMH, are facing heightened risk of infection, with healthcare workers blaming temporary catheters, staff shortages, and inconsistent supplies for the crisis. It goes on to say that their comments came after disabled dialysis patient Marvin Johnson, 62 years old, voiced concerns over rising deaths. Many he linked to infections. That's strong, Mr. Johnson. I nobody say you're right or you're wrong, but it's strong for you through observation to link deaths to infections from an environment that's not well kept, or equipment that you don't have sufficient of to ensure that there is safety in this environment. That's hygienic. That's heavy, Mr. Johnson. The observations that you've made looking at the thing. It's heavy, Mr. Johnson. That's heavy, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson goes on to talk about these particular things, and he says that many things is linked to infections. He's saying that the situation has left patients fearful. I guess this is the kind of conversation they have in the dialysis room. Child, you see, I don't know. It just makes me feel like if this is a conversation, it's, well, I got to say something. What he got to say something. Marvin, just let that go. He can be all right. No, I got to say something. And Marvin said something. And he came to the forefront, and he's be able to put his name on record and indicated that he linked to infections. And the story goes on to talk about these things. He says, Public Hospital Authority officials, including Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville, could not confirm or deny the claims yesterday, but pledged to investigate. So the healthcare workers speaking anonymously to the Tribune say that the infection rates among dialysis patients at the Princess Margaret Hospital are higher because many use temporary catheters, which carry a far greater risk of bloodstream infection than permanent access. They say that the catheters, which should be replaced within days, are instead left in for weeks and months because surgeons lack operating time to replace them. It's a little bit, just the thought of it, it's a little bit squeamish for me. The situation, they added, is worsened by a chronic staff shortage and an inconsistent supply of antibiotics and other materials needed to clean and dress the catheters, We're just under-resourced every place. One worker said, the only thing that we have a lot of is people. And obviously you mean staff. You just mean generally people to serve. Only thing that we have a lot of is people. But we don't have any tools to work with. Meanwhile, Mr. Johnson, without providing evidence, which is clear, and you got to be straight with this, Mr. Johnson ain't got no evidence. He just got a gut feeling. I think that's what's happening, you know. I've been looking at this. He said, without providing evidence, claim that in the past month, several dialysis patients have died from infections. How you could say that, Mr. Johnson? Wild. Mr. Johnson out here wilding out, saying anything in the People paper. Mr. Johnson, how can you say that? Well, me and Shetty was together for all this time. Every Wednesday and Friday, I guess it's be Wednesday and Saturday. Would they go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Saturday? Every Wednesday, Saturday, we had a standing appointment to be here. And she told me, and I know, and it's heavy that the hospital is taken on this kind of position. They cannot confirm or deny. But then they give us the stipulations to identify the fact that these catheters should have been changed every few days. But now you're in the position where you don't change it for weeks, sometimes months. Squeamish for me. That's heavy. And what's so squeamish for me is that if you think about this sort of an idea that this is, okay, so your kidney is responsible for being able to take the impurities out of your blood. Okay? From the natural aspect, you eat, you ingest food, all these particular things happens, and sometimes, or most of the time, your food produces waste. As a result of the waste is taken into small sectors of your body. All right, it's taken into your kidneys and kind of funneled through those kidneys into the bladder, and the bladder you urinate. This is waste matter. Your body's produced sufficient, whether that's vitamin C, vitamin, whatever it is, this is waste matter out of your body. Okay? When it comes to fecal matter, when it comes to feces, your body, you go through this particular process, and then out of your back end, you have waste matter. The body has to, after you relentlessly ingest things, and just for the mere fact that you're living, the body has to release toxins, release waste. There are specific spaces responsible for that in your body. Your kidney is one of those things. Okay? Your kidney is responsible for these things. And when your kidney is shut down, now the waste matter in your body accumulates. Okay? As a result of the accumulation and so much waste in your body, all right, whatever this is, the oils, the saturated oils that you're eating, the bad chips, whatever this is that you're ingesting, the yeast in your body, whatever this is, from drinking rum, well, you can't drink rum when you're in these particular things because sugar will, you can't, right? Whatever this is in your body, it places you in the position where waste expands exponentially. There's no place for release. The dialysis is designed to be able to take that, including your blood, right? Because the dialysis is this. Because it is in excess of the waste matter being able to accumulate in your body, it's released back into the bloodstream. So now your blood is contaminated with toxins and whatnot, and your body is not functioning the way that it could. Without dialysis, you can die. Without dialysis, you could be a dead man or woman, gone. So dialysis is important. And for some people, they do it 3 times a week at what I understand to be $275 a time. Mother sick. Forgive me. I didn't sleep from 6 o'clock this morning. From 5 o'clock this morning. I didn't go to. I went to bed at 2 and I woke up like 5. Right? I had to get the papers on the road. So, what is an amazing thing? Is an amazing thing is that people could actually afford this. But I guess if you want to live, you got to figure out a way to get $275. 3 times a week. Yeah, boss don't pay you that. Yeah, boss don't pay you that. Better find it if you want to live. And people find it. The minute you start to tell me about this, I didn't know these things. The minute you start to tell me about this story, right? I sat down with him and me and him were just talking. And he said, Howard, I could not know how these people was living. I could not know the expense associated with it. I could not know these things until I went in the back there and I saw this. He said, this blew my mind. This is what Dimitri telling me. He said, Howard, it blew my mind. I could not believe it. And so we look at these things and we identify these things and have a good conversation to talk about this and talk about how things are happening in our country. And now Mr. Johnson, Marvin Johnson, is coming to the forefront and saying that people are not dying because of dialysis. They're not dying because of the inconsistencies of their meals. They're not dying because their time is up. They're dying because they're infected by the system was designed to be able to bring some level of purification to the blood. And there is an admittance that because of a lack of operation, time, because of a lack of resources, well, they say the most thing that they have is people. Now, when you identify this, and we break this information down, we realize that Princess Margaret Hospital, if it was for this story to be able to stand independently, the fear that people had of being able to go to you that they're going to die may be substantiated. Because this was supposed to be a normal procedure. You plug me in, you rinse me out, and I don't want to say it just to be able to sound derogatory for your particular persons, but allow me to go through this particular cycle of cleansing my blood for a few hours. I get up and I leave. There are so many people on this thing. You know what I can do? I can try to make a call. Today's Monday. I'm going to try to make a call to find out exactly what's what and see if we can have a conversation. I'm going to take a quick break, guys. Get right back after this.
Pregnant tomorrow, no baby. Abortion, take care of that. Then they come up with all kind of reasonings to justify the act. Don't they know that all life is sacred from conception in the womb? And it's not to man but to Jah they must answer for all them babies in the tomb. The Bible says if you plant it, it will grow, and you will reap what you sow. Now if you don't want to ruin your life, remember sex was made for husband and wife.
Bible warned you long ago. You will reap what you sow. The true God, He wants you to know. You will reap what you sow. Read God's word, you'll see it is so. You will reap what you sow. Teach your kids the way they should go. You will reap what you sow. Young and old, I want you to know. You will reap what you sow.
It's ring play time.
When my mama come see the crows. When my mama come see the crows. Fly, fly, fly away. Fly right down to Hatchet Face. When my mama come see the crows. When my mama come see the crows. The crows. Fly right down to Abercoast. Frog dress up in soldier clothes. Went to the river to shoot some crows. The crows smell the fire and they all fly away. And the frog get vexed and he cry all day. When my mama come see the crows. When my mama come see the crows. The crows. Fly right down to Abercoast. Music! Did you see Uncle Luke when he fall in the well? Did you see Uncle Luke when he fall in the well? He fell so deep that he went straight to hell. The devil and his angels were ringing the bell. My mama told me 3 years ago I mustn't marry no lazy gal. Oh, no lazy gal, no lazy gal. Oh, no what this gal, no what this gal. My mama told me 3 years ago I mustn't marry no drunken gal. Oh, no drunken gal, no drunken gal. Oh, no crazy gal, no crazy gal. Blue hill water dry, nowhere to wash my clothes. I remember on Saturday night we had fried fish and Johnny cake. Man did one unsatisfied. Man did one unsatisfied. Oh my baby, blue hill water dry, nowhere to wash my clothes. I remember on Saturday night we had fried fish and Johnny cake. I said McGall half mass. I said McGall half mass. There's a brown girl in the ring. There's a brown girl in the ring. There's a brown girl in the ring. And she looked like a sugar in a plum. Come show me your motion. Come show me your motion. Come show me your motion. And she looks like a sugar in a plum. R-A-T-T-L-E S-N-A-K spells for rock and snake. R-A-T-T-L-E
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, live and in full effect, jamming the way that we are, being able to talk about these things. And I'm grateful to kind of be here with you and being able to talk about these things, because the truth is that it's time for us to be able to agitate in our country for the things that are necessary for growth and development. It's just time. It's just time. It's time for us to be able to find ourselves, find our voice, find our strength, find our capacity, and be able to speak with clarity to these positions. All right? They say that the situation for this, the chronic stash salt and the inconsistent supply of the antibiotics and so forth and so on, he says we're just under-resourced every place. And one of the workers said that the only thing that we have is a lot of people. They talked about that. Meanwhile, Mr. Johnson, without providing evidence, claimed that in the past month, several dialysis patients have died from infections. Mr. Johnson, that is wild. We got to make you... we got to put you in the morgue department. You know more than the people. Are you could? Did they have like a post a post-death synopsis type thing? Did you know how did you know? Anyway, I'm not gonna get in your business. And he started to talk about these things. He said that he said he even nearly died from an infection several years ago and still suffers headaches after treatment. We go in there on a wing and a prayer. It's so bad, this is what he said, that the majority of the patients are afraid out of their wits because of what has been happening over the year. Blaming the deaths on the poor ward conditions, pointing to leaks, old machines, and limited staff. However, healthcare workers insisted that the machines are sterile and stressing the real problem is the lack of resources, and that the resource shortage of the PMH have long been a persistent issue. Dr. Dwayne Sands, former health minister and dialysis access surgeon for Grand Bahama, said that PHA has long been underfunded and cannot sustainably provide the level of care patients require. He acknowledged that patients' concerns, saying that if the complaints are confirmed through investigations, officials must address the root cause. Sadly, we have not, this is Dr. Sands, sadly, we have not, as an administration, as a public hospital authority, or as a country, solve this problem. And until they do, patients will continue to suffer and some will die. This is what he's warned. I hear a lot of prognosis. I hear a lot of dialysis in terms of being able to identify these things, right? Everybody could see that you're bleeding. Yeah. This is what I don't like about leadership in this country. I don't like this about leadership in this country on all sides of the fence. I hate it about leadership. I hate this. I hate the prognosis. I hate your ability to articulate the depth, length, and breadth, the entire perimeter of the issues that exist without you being able to provide some level of solution. I hate it. People have endured, suffered diabetes in this country and the breaking down of their kidneys and all these things for years. People have been they have been put on dialysis time and time again in this country for years. All of a sudden, after you would have been in healthcare for, and I don't want to, this is just not about Dwayne Sands. I only highlight this particular thing because Dwayne Sands responded. And his response was diplomatic, of course, in this particular capacity. But in that particular response, he was inclusive of the fact of being able to say that we as a country, sadly, we have not, as an administration, obviously means the former administration, which is the Free National Movement, as a public health authority, which he was a part of prior to being able to be involved in government, directly and officially. He says, or as a country, which he's a citizen of. We have not solved this problem. And until we do that, the patients will continue to suffer. Why haven't we solved this problem yet? Why haven't we solved this problem yet? Why haven't we solved this problem yet? Oh, Howard, this is not easy. Why is it difficult? Where is the complexity in being able to solve this issue? Where is the complexity? Where is the complexity of being able to say, all right, we have 40 dialysis chairs that working. Let's just do some maths. We can do some maths right now. Right? Let's just say hypothetically. Let's give them 20 dialysis chairs, because I sure it's more than that. Got to be more than that. Let's give them 20 dialysis chairs. 20 dialysis chairs. Okay? At $275 a pop. Just to sit on the chair. And I think that is with a copay. $275 a pop. 40. We give them 20 dialysis chairs, $275 a pop. And they run in that chair, let's call it 3 times a day, because they need about 3 hours. So each chair bringing you $825. $275 times 3. $825 a chair. Times the 20 chairs. $16,500 a day. $16,500 a day for the 20 dialysis chairs at $275 a pop for the chair. $16,500. Somebody call me and give me the correct numbers. How many dialysis chairs they have? If they have less, talk to me. 20. $16,500. Let's multiply that $16,500 by 7 days a week. No, let's go 6, because I don't know if they do dialysis on Sunday. Some of these go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday. Something like that, right? I'm not sure. $99,000 a week. $99,000 every 6 days. Multiply that by 52 weeks. $5.148 million a year. Just for the dialysis. Now you got to pay overtime, you got to pay administration fees, you got to pay this, you got to pay maintenance for that particular space, you got to pay for the maintenance of those, even if they're antiquated machines, you got to pay for that. You got to pay for it, right? You got to pay, because every business got to be able to sustain itself. So I understand where you don't have money, but you should shave 5% of this. 5% of this would be $250,000 a year. You should save $250,000 a year. From this, over the years that you've been doing this, there should have been something that goes into the coffers for maintenance, for the development, for upkeep, for all these particular things. $250,000. And this is just what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you as a country, as a nation, as a people, I'm sick and tired of this, man. You find yourself in this position where we keep blaming one government or the other. Dr. Sansat in this particular capacity did not come up with a solution. Because if we want to be able to have a very clear conversation, modern medicine is not designed to be able to ensure that you can get well. Nobody want to talk like this. Modern medicine is not designed to get you well. That's the world over. In the free world, modern medicine is not designed to ensure that you can be well. Modern medicine is designed to maintain you to death, to ensure that you have a reliance and a dependency upon this particular medicine. So this is where the sustainability for those persons who are involved in the field find their lifeline. Your ailment, your inability to check these things, the fact that you would have stumbled over a tribulation in your life, that is where these people find their sustainability and their lifeline as a result of you. So, a lot of the times people tell you the things that they want you to hear. And there is an apparent disconnect between what you need me to hear as opposed to what you're doing to be able to fix this thing. No administration has done anything to do this. In fact, I know some businessmen who have gotten together and purchased dialysis machines, different machines, because of the lucrative nature of illness in this country. Illness is an entire industry. The industry of illness is an entire industry. Yes, there are casual conversations about the fact that we need different breadbasket items, that we need to be able to do better, that our diets are. Yes, they can always tell you this is what the devil does also. I ain't calling the people the devil. I'm simply saying to you that the responsibility of all, including Jesus Christ, is to let you know that there is a consequence associated with the decision that you would make. No one can stop you from making a decision. No one can stop you from smoking 68,000 cigarettes a day. No one can stop you from eating all the fried chicken and smoking dope and drinking rum and all these things like that and ingesting these things in your body. But the responsibility of all those in the industry, of all those that market to you, of all those that sell this to you, is to tell you that these are not the best products in the world as it relates to your health. They have to tell you that. If you look at the carton of cigarettes right now, they got to tell you the Surgeon General warns that smoking kills. Boom. They have to tell you that. They have to tell you that. Every over-the-counter drug that you get, they have to explain to you that there are repercussions and side effects associated with this. Now the risk is on you. It's all on you, Bala. You do as you please. Human nature being what it is, and our desire to always move towards instant gratification. They know you can choose this medicine. They know you can choose this food. They know you can choose the easy, most accessible thing because you're looking to carve out time for yourself. And we deplete our lifeline as a result. Let's talk. No one is sitting down here. There are people that are getting together right now and talking about, listen, let's buy 10 dialysis machines. We can get our return within 6 months. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I'm not asking you. I am telling you. I know these people. I know these people. Let's be clear about what's happening in this country. Let's be clear about the capacity that we have and our desires to be able to ensure that there is a healthy and wealthy society. That's not happening. The health and the wealth are relegated to the very few. You ingest, consume what we give you. This problem has persisted for years. Marvin Johnson, I understand, has been a patient for years. Marvin Johnson had a desire and has been reaching out to be able to find out more and have people speak up on this particular matter. There is no way I expect a government who is seeking to be able to fill its coffers with finances, lucrative finances in the industry of illness, to be able to come and say something contrary and say, listen, this is an extreme measure, but this is the measure that we're going to take for the preservation of a people, for the preservation of a culture, for the preservation of the future of this country. We eating horrible in this country. Horrible. To eat better, it costs you more. Oh my God. You got to eat shepherd needle. You got to eat crabgrass to live out here. Huh? We can't eat nothing. The chicken get big today. Fresh out the shell, big in the morning, ready to cook. The cows have issues. The hogs have issues. The chicken has issues. We find ourselves ingesting this, not because we don't care about our bodies, because we don't necessarily have the finances. Now we're stuck in this quagmire whether or not we want to survive or scrutinize our food. What the hell we can do? We live in a concrete jungle where ain't nothing to grow. We ain't even got no backyard, many of us. Many of us. And we hear government officials being able to take on the capacity to say that we're going to do some investigations to find out. This is what the Minister of Health has stated. And the former Minister of Health being able to say that we have all dropped the ball. Then where does that leave us? Where does that leave us? We got to do better than this. We got to do better than this. And the insensitivity that comes from so many persons to say, well, you know, you shouldn't have drink all our rum. You shouldn't have eat like that. You shouldn't have this. You shouldn't have that. People are sometimes pre-exposed to things. You ever see some people, to me, some things are peculiar, right? I'm a big guy, right? I'm a big guy. I don't have diabetes. I don't have these issues, right? I didn't feel well the other day. I actually gone to the doctor to find out. The doctor say, your cholesterol up, stop eating this, this, and this. Do you want to take, the doctor asked me whether or not I want to take metformin. I said, metformin? What I got to take that for? He said, you don't have to take it. Because if you do a little dieting, a little exercise, all your issues will be good. He said, you want to take some metformin for I had elevated pressure. It wasn't like heavy, it was just like slightly elevated. And he recognized that and he said to me, do you want to do something to assist? Now, some people have gone on Ozempic. Some people have gone on I don't know what this other one came, Wegovy or something like that. I can't remember the other one, right? Some people have taken these particular things, and I'm indifferent about it. And I now have to make a determination as the best thing that I can be able to do for myself going forward. Because I'm not taking no bunch of pills. I don't have to take that. I don't have diabetes. I don't have these things. It's slightly elevated blood pressure. And he says to me that you have to take it. I didn't know. Listen, I tell you, I gone on the fast. When I got on the fast, the only thing I had was water for 21 days. I was praying, water. I was so weak, I bust my face and all. I don't know if you can see it. I bust my face trying to feed my dog. Jesus. I was so weak after 21 days. I can forget 9:20 no more. Because I used to not eat for the longest time when I was a young man. I had strength to go ahead. Now, in my 40s, I'm watching his ticker. Where this information coming from, sir? A suicide attempt at school? This is live information that you see down here. He just showing off. He just get all this stuff. I tell you, we setting this up for you accordingly. So he grabbed this here and we popped this information here to be able to talk to you about it. Let's shoot straight, man. Let's talk about these things, and let's talk about the fact that we don't see governments who are concerned about what's happening in this country. Let's be clear about this. We don't see governments in this particular capacity concerned about whether or not we can get to a position of health, realignment, and being able to get back to restoration, as opposed to trying to be able to remedy the symptoms. Yeah, man. They can see whether or not they can be able to make you feel well, but you got to take 1,000,000 pills. And how much the pills cost? Oh, God, just the same thing. Now you get me right back into this wicked cycle. Let's talk about these things. It's a beautiful day to be alive, guys. We got to be able to talk about these things. We got to put pressure on them. The government of the Bahamas has dedicated and committed a new hospital facility here. We know the government of the Bahamas is also being able to develop a clinic in the Coconut Grove area. I think they're doing something in Exuma also. Man, listen, I got to get some accurate information. I've been trying to reach out to the office of the Prime Minister to be able to get this accurate information. I ain't got no response. Anyway, so I'll compile it in my own way, and we could be able to talk about that. But let's talk, man. Let's talk with clarity about where we are as a people. If you want to join me in conversation, I'd love you to do so. Hit me up, 827-0111, 827-0111. Be a part of the conversation. Talk to me about what's on your mind, what you're thinking. As it relates to what's happening in the community, what's happening in the country right now, and finding out if we have the strength to endure. I know you guys want to be able to talk more about politics and the decisions making as it relates to politics in this time and this season. But let's talk about these things. There's a lot in the paper, a lot in the paper. So what time is it now? 1:40. Let's take our last commercial break, guys. This is a great spot for you to be able to put your commercials to talk about your business as we continue to be able to move forward and make some things happen. Quick break, guys. Going to be right back after this.
Oh, my baby, Blue Hill water dry. Nowhere to wash my clothes. I remember on Saturday night we had fried fish and Johnny cake. Santa Fe knocked to my door last night. Santa Fe knocked to my door last night.
Lunchtime was the best time in school time. Yeah, lunchtime was the best time in school time.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The foundation jamming with you on this beautiful Monday out here in the city. This thing ain't cutting on. I was trying to find out let them check it out. Check me out for the thing. All right, here we go. All right, so let's talk about these things. You see the L bar there. You see all the information in there. You could be able to find out more information from us. And as you see, the information is sold here. We're telling you where we're getting it from. Also in Grand Bahama, there's 4 spots you can be able to get. Well, 3 spots for sure. The municipal gas station in the city center of the city, right there as you're headed towards Lukaya, you can be able to see that. I can't see that. You're asking me if I can see that. I can't see that from here, right? You tell me I need glasses, right? So you can get your stuff from the municipal gas station. When you headed up to Port Lukaya, you can be able to get it right there at the roundabout on Coral Road, right? You know where that is, right? At Bellevue Gift Shop, Bellevue Gifts and Supplies, right there on... is that Queens Highway? Do we change it to Kings Highway? It's Queens Highway, right? Bellevue Gift Supplies right there on Queens Highway, just before you get to Quality, right across the street from where Subway used to be. I don't know if Subway's there anymore. I haven't been to Grand Bahama. But I've been to Grand Bahama, but I don't know. Right there on Queens Highway as you're heading like you're going towards AID. All right? It'll be on the northern side, on the left-hand side. You can see Bellevue Gifts and Supplies right there. And also in 8 Mile Rock. So if you're headed to West End and you want to be able to pick up the paper to find out these particular things, now don't fight me, man. Don't fight me. How did Jesus, how this paper so small for $1? Listen, we are working. We are continuing to be able to work. In fact, I could use a good salesperson. If you are out there and you want to be able to sell and you know this is what you do, you have relationships and people believe and trust you, whatever the case may be, and you're looking for something to do, come and get some commission with me. You ain't got to work for me. Just come and sell what we have to do, and I can be able to pay you accordingly to make sure that you're comfortable in those areas. So give me a call, 827-0111, and you're good in those areas, all right? If you're in Grand Bahama, you want to be able to buy this is much better. If you're in Grand Bahama, you want to be able to purchase the paper and you want to be able to find out some stuff, that's the areas right there. If you're in New Providence, if you're here in Nassau and you want to get your paper, you can be able to do so at Garden of Eden. You can be able to get it there. You can get it at Roker's gas station. So Mr. Sherman, Mario Sherman was excellent in terms of being able to accommodate me in those areas. Porky's gas station, Mario Sherman was excellent in being able to do that. Porky's and also Roker, Mr. Roker was excellent in being able to accommodate us and assist us in that. He's also being able to assist us with some other stuff, so we're grateful for that. Garden of Eden, I told you can go down to Garden of Eden. Esso on Each Street and Soldier Road. Esso on Village Road and Soldier Road. And also Shell on Prince Charles, you can be able to get that. Or if you're on the street and you're headed west in Nassau and you're coming across Prospect Ridge, or you're coming across you want to be able to stop there at Prospect Ridge right by Kenneth. Kenneth has the papers right there available for you. And also Burton. Burton is the paper guy on Shirley Street and Blue Hill Road, Nassau. If you're in Exuma and you want to get that, go down to Georgetown. You can get it in Georgetown at Trene's Beauty Salon and Supplies, or you can be able to get it over at 8 till 8 Food Mart right there in Farmers Hill. Smitty's Grocery and Convenience in Hoppers Bay. Pick up your newspaper. I'm going to be giving out some papers today, so if you want a paper and you ain't got your little dollar, I'll be more than happy to give you a paper, right? Remember, I'm working to a space where I can give the papers out. Yeah. Because $1, I ain't gonna fight you for $1. I'm gonna give the papers out. But we need that kind of a relationship that we can sustain the thing. please forgive me. Like I said to you, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. This is unprofessional, and I should not be doing that. But I tell you, I sleep last night just trying to be able. And for the past week has been kind of difficult because you've heard me say this before. For the past week, it's been difficult, week and a half almost, because between editing the paper, calling persons, finding out the information, it's hell when you start your own business like this, and you get little or nothing in terms of sleep to be able to do these things, and you're so driven, you really don't feel it until the middle of the day. And right after this, I got 3 meetings to go to be able to get some things done. So, guys, I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to tune in with us today. It's a beautiful thing. I want to be able to give a condolences to the family of former Minister of Health and Youth, Sports and Culture, Dr. Norman Gay. We're seeing in the papers, you can be able to talk to find out more information about him. He's a cabinet minister, a physician, a sports leader. Dr. Norman Gay died on Saturday, drawing tributes from across the political divide for his decades of service to the Bahamas in medicine, in politics, and in athletics, right? Dr. Gay, who hailed from United Estates, San Salvador, represented Baintown in Parliament after succeeding Shamilo Butler. Wow. So the country's first Governor General, this is Shamilo Butler, the first Governor General, who served as both Minister of Health. He served as both Minister of Health. This is Dr. Gay. Served as both Minister of Health and Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, and was remembered for his advocacy for healthier lifestyle and his leadership in sports. The F&M Free National Movement chairman, Dr. Dwayne Sands, expressed condolences on behalf of the party and paid personal tribute to Dr. Gay as a fellow physician. He helped many Bahamians, this is what Dr. Sands says, he helped many Bahamians through his medical profession and advocacy for healthier living. This is what Dr. Sands says, and describing him as a pioneer in drawing attention to the risk of poor diets, unhealthy lifestyles, and non-communicable diseases long before they were widely recognized. Dr. Gray. So essentially this conversation is in the spirit of the memory of Dr. Gray, who advocacy has educated a great deal of us and really been able to charge the environment, the Bahamas, with a very clear understanding of the responsibility that we have to ourselves, to the preservation of ourselves for the future, and to a healthier lifestyle for making things happen in that particular area. I can see if we could be able to have a good conversation with and about the Herschel Walker, who has been identified as I think he's been identified, has he been ratified and taken on his position just yet, as the ambassador to the Bahamas, United States ambassador to the Bahamas. Let's be able to talk about these things, right? This is excellent, man. This is good stuff, and we are grateful to be able to be here with you as this time, man. There's a lot of things happening in the country, a lot of things happening out here. I know that you want to dive deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into politics. I always enjoy having a good conversation about politics and where we are and how these things are going to happen, and whether or not the PLP has the wherewithal to be able to maintain this, or whether or not the F&M is going to find themselves on a hanging on that wing in the prayer, and the wings sprout another wing, right? And they fly into victory. Who knows? I don't know. I'm here to tell you what's going to happen and what's ain't going to happen. I'm only here to report it as we see it and provide a posture that said it's possible. It is quite possible that we may be looking at a two-peat. But not too early. Government waiting on the United States of America to sign off on the proposed Cuban Workers Agreement, which is a peculiar agreement. Secretary of State what's the Secretary of State name? Secretary of State of the United States of America has taken on the very strong posture. Rubio, I don't know, maybe this is the deprivation of oxygen. Fresh oxygen to my brain because I ain't sleep, right? But the Secretary of State of the United States of America has taken on this kind of a posture and saying to the Bahamian people, and more specifically to the Bahamian government, that you're going to have to make a decision. If you remember a few months back, they actually started to talk about, I think it would have been in June, May, June, anywhere between May and June, there was a posture that came out of America that stated that the Bahamas has got to be able to watch its relationships, or what's happening within the region, and the relationship that they have with Cuba more specifically. What? I'm just telling us, watch out how you deal with these particular persons. And then simultaneously stated that their position, this is when they were making decisions of who will be blacklisted, who's going to be taken off, these particular things, and finding that caveat to always be able to ensure that they put people exactly where they want them to be, which is in a posture of servitude, relentlessly genuflecting to Mother America and saying, yes, sir, master, sir. And so the relationship with China has now forced them to look at the relationships that we have, not only with China, but that we have the world over, and stating indirectly whether or not you want to maintain and retain the strength of the relationships that we have, you would take these things into consideration. One of those things during that particular time was the fact that we had workers here from Cuba that we got through a third party. Okay, so there was a liaison between the Cuban workers and the government of the Bahamas, and the liaison, all the information and finances would flow through the liaison, and it would go to these various persons, or you would think. But the information that came is that the liaison would absorb these particular finances, and then it would go through the government, and the government of Cuba would pay these persons in accordance to whatever the Cuban position is. However, their labor outside of their jurisdiction can be identified in America as human trafficking, human smuggling, moving people, paying for these particular type of work. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now they find themselves in a better position, where they've already said that the Bahamas, watch yourself, watch how things are done. We got 2 minutes to see if we can be able to get through this shortly. Cuban health workers could soon sign a direct contract with the government if a proposed labor agreement submitted to the U.S. officials last week is approved. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Davos said on Friday. Dr. Davos said that the contract was requested by U.S. officials as part of the ongoing discussions over the government's proposal to directly hire Cuban workers, which is bananas. All this is crazy to me, you know. This is crazy stuff. This is a clear depiction of a path of transformation, not necessarily good transformation, but transformation of the way that the world is going. Dr. Davos said that the contract is requested by the U.S. officials as a part of the ongoing discussions over the government's proposal to directly hire Cuban workers. If that comes back favorable, that means that they had to funnel. The sovereignty of our country had to funnel the concept to be able to hire foreign workers that are crucial to the upkeep after we would have already heard significant resources. As to the first story that we would have read about the dialysis issue, there is a deprivation, a lack, a crisis level lack of assistance needed in the Bahamian healthcare system. because I can't just tell you the Ryan Memorial or the Princess Margaret. This is the Bahamian healthcare system. And these persons in Cuba, these nurses who've committed themselves to service the world over during COVID-19, and even prior to that, award-winning doctors and physicians out of Cuba that have been able to win many a prize for cancer research, for HIV research. They've been doing a tremendous amount of things over the past 2 decades. And now they're rendering themselves for service in the country. And for us to get that service, we have to funnel our sovereign information through America. Bananas. Bananas. But we are good Negroes, and we know our position, and our responsibility is to comply and then complain. But the truth is, we comply and don't complain. We comply and don't complain. He says, if that comes back favorable, many of the Cuban professionals are here will go into a direct contractual agreement with the Ministry of Health and not the Cuban government itself on Friday. I'd like to talk about successive plans that they have in this particular concept as to whether or not you're going to provide these people with a work visa or some permanent opportunity well into the future, because how is this going to bode with them in their country? We don't know. Let's talk about this, guys. Great opportunity, great position to talk about these things. Several jungle groups say that the government controls are necessary due to funding. And we've seen that the JCNP and the government are opposing in their particular positions, but the government continues to be able to push forward. Mario Bowleg, in his capacity, has stated what they're doing. There's a lot to talk about. And I'm always grateful to be able to do that. Guys, go pick up the Realigner newspaper. Pick up the Realigner newspaper. If I see you on the road and I hailing you, I'm going to give you a Realigner newspaper. I want you guys to be a part of what we're doing, man. I'm excited about it. I'm happy that you can be able to see that you don't got to die when someone say they ain't want you no more. That's fine. I could do better all by myself. Amen. I can do better. Praise God. Guys, enjoy your day. Gonna see you tomorrow. God's Spirit Life right here on The Foundation.